Baldwin, a literary luminary of the 20th century. James Arthur Baldwin, born on August 2, 1924, in Harlem, New York City, was a prolific African-American writer, essayist, and social critic whose profound works explored themes of race, sexuality, identity, and the human condition. His life and writings left an indelible mark on American literature and the civil rights movement. This biography provides a glimpse into the life and impact of this remarkable figure in 1,000 words. Early life and education, 1924 to 1940s. James Baldwin was born to Emma Burtis Jones, a domestic worker, and an unknown father. Growing up in Harlem during the early 20th century, he experienced firsthand the challenges of racial segregation and inequality. His stepfather, David Baldwin, was a stern and religious man, which played a significant role in shaping Baldwin's complex relationship with Christianity, a theme that would recur in his writings. Baldwin attended the prestigious DeWitt Clinton High School, where he developed an early interest in writing. He began writing poems, essays, and stories at a young age, and his talent was recognized by a white teacher who encouraged him to pursue his literary aspirations. Emergence as a writer, 1950s. In 1948, Baldwin moved to Greenwich Village in New York City, a hotspot for artists and writers. This shift marked a pivotal moment in his life as he fully immersed himself in the literary world. He worked odd jobs to support himself while writing his first novel, Go Tell It on the Mountain, which was published in 1953. The novel, inspired by his own experiences growing up in a strict religious household, delves into themes of faith, identity, and the African American experience. Exploring identity and civil rights, 1950s–1960s. Baldwin's writing gained recognition for its keen insights into the African American experience and its intersection with broader social issues. During the 1950s and 1960s, he became a prominent voice in the civil rights movement. His essays, collected in works like The Fire Next Time, 1963, were widely read and praised for their eloquent examination of racial injustice and the need for societal change. In The Fire Next Time, Baldwin addressed his nephew, James, reflecting on the challenges of being a young black man in America. He called for both black and white Americans to confront the racial divide and work towards a more just society. This book, along with his essays, solidified Baldwin's reputation as a powerful advocate for civil rights and racial equality. Exile and Reflection, 1960s–1970s. In 1948, Baldwin left the United States and settled in France, feeling a sense of exile due to the racism and homophobia he faced in his home country. This self-imposed exile allowed him to gain perspective on his homeland and continue his writing. He explored themes of isolation and self-discovery in works like Giovanni's Room, 1956, which dealt with his own experiences as a gay man. Baldwin's time in France provided him with a global perspective on the struggle for civil rights and human dignity. He continued to write essays and novels that addressed social and political issues both in the United States and around the world. Return to the United States, 1970s to 1980s. In the 1970s, Baldwin returned to the United States and became increasingly engaged in activism. He supported various civil rights causes, including the Black Panther Party, and continued to speak out against racial injustice and inequality. One of his most acclaimed works from this period is If Beale Street Could Talk, 1974, a novel that explores love and racial injustice through the story of a young black couple. The book was later adapted into a critically acclaimed film. James Baldwin's influence on American literature and civil rights activism is immeasurable. He challenged societal norms and prejudices through his writing, urging readers to confront uncomfortable truths about race, identity, and human relationships. His eloquence and moral authority made him a prominent figure in both literary and social circles. Baldwin's work continues to be studied and celebrated for its profound insights and timeless relevance. His writings remain essential reading in discussions of race, identity, and social justice. His courage and commitment to justice serve as an enduring inspiration for writers, activists, and all those who seek a more equitable world. Later years and passing, 1980s. In the last years of his life, James Baldwin's health began to decline. He battled with stomach cancer and underwent surgery in 1986. Despite his illness, he continued to write and contribute to social and political discourse. He passed away on December 1, 1987, at the age of 63, leaving behind a remarkable literary legacy that endures to this day. James Baldwin was a literary luminary whose writings challenged societal norms and ignited conversations about race, identity, and human rights. From his early days in Harlem to his self-imposed